On the 1st of September 2022, I woke up and I couldn't breathe. My chest was so tight, I couldn't breathe. I was struggling to breathe, and I took my time, I took a deep breath, and then I opened my eyes again. And then it's all a reality. I'm in this huge pile of debt. I was feeling shame. I didn't even know what to do. And the phone rang, and my brother called me and said, "Hi, baby girl, happy birthday." It was my birthday, and I just turned 32 with this huge pile of debt. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tare, and in case you're new here, I finally figured out what my channel is about. It's about faith, finances, businesses, and self-development. So welcome guys, and a big thank you to you all for my last video. Oh my goodness, I thank you for the comments, thank you for the new subbies, thank you for the views, thank you all so much. Let's get right into this video, guys. 2022 was my learning year, and I learned a lot in the year 2022. Like the thumbnail, you already know what the video is about: debt and depression. Last year, I found myself in this huge pile of debt. Not like I found myself, I gradually grew into this debt because I'm going to be raw and unfiltered here today. So the debt was piling up, and I realized that I'm in it. I'm deep neck into this bullshit. So yeah, so last year was quite difficult. I was feeling shame. I was always sad. I was depressed. My mental health was in shambles. It was just a whole lot of emotions all at once. So the first step for me is actually admitting that you are truly in debt. So sometimes you are so scared, you don't want to admit that you are in a huge pile of debt. Can you pay this debt? You're trying to cover it up. You're not being real with yourself. That was what I was doing the earlier part of last year. I wasn't being real with myself. I was telling myself, is this a reality? Is this my reality? What is happening? So I was neck deep into it. But in September, I accepted it, that yes, this is what is happening to me. So I felt the shame. The shame was huge. I was always sad. I couldn't eat. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't even think of what next to do. So in overcoming the depression that comes with debt, from my own point of view, is accepting that you are in debt. Accept it. I know it comes with shame, it comes with all of that, it comes with sadness. I know a lot of people that are suicidal because they're in debt. I know it comes with all of this, but you have to accept that this is what is happening. The first step is accepting, and that was what I did. It took me a while, but I finally came to this reality that this is where I found myself. How I got into it was no longer important at that moment, but this is what is happening. I'm in debt, and what is next? So the first step for me was accepting that truly I am in this pile of debt, and filtering what comes and go out of my mind. Honestly, I remember that last year I just felt like I was in this hole, and I couldn't come out. I couldn't get to the bottom, but I was just in this hole. Like I couldn't get to the bottom, but I was there. I couldn't move forward. I don't know where I was going, but I was there. So I had a lot of negative thoughts coming in and out of my mind. It was just so bad. And no matter what people say, no matter what families say to get me out of this situation, my mind was just there, and I couldn't just help it. So what I did was I had to go back to God, because first is my faith. And I couldn't pray at this moment. So I started studying the Bible. I started getting scriptures that had to do with debt, how Christ has provided for me and all of that. But it wasn't reality. I was just reading, but I was not really putting it in my spirit. So I could remember in October, I told myself that I'm not going to die from this. I'm not going to kill myself from it. All I want to achieve would never come to fruition. So I knew that I had to take a hold of my mind. So what I did next was I started going out, like taking long walks, sometimes for an hour, 2 hours, just feel the air. And I decided to join the gym as well. And it did a lot. So I was able to process these thoughts and took out the ones that I did not want to be in me, and then left the positive ones. So with the exercising, it really helped me because my trainer is so good. So yeah, it really helped me. When I get back home, I was able to sleep well, and I was able to get in new positive thoughts into my mind. So yes, protecting my mind was the next thing I knew I had to do after I came to the realization and accepted that yes, I'm in this debt, and I said I'm going to protect my mind. So starting a YouTube channel or going back to YouTube and telling myself that I want to record my process and come back next year to see how far I've gone. So part of the reason why I decided to come back on YouTube and be consistent. So I think I'm doing well, right? So do let me know in the comment section if you're going through the shame of debt right now, and let's just connect. I'm still in my journey, and let's connect and share and uplift each other up. So comment down below. I'm here for your comments, guys. Sometimes when you owe people or you owe organizations, you try to avoid talking to these people. That's the worst thing you can do. Face them. If you get a call, pick the call. Let them vent, let them say what they want to say. But always let them in the know of what is happening, how you got to that stage. If it was a business deal, whatever, always let the people or the organization you owe know what is happening. So with this step, I would make sure that from time to time I will send messages. This is what is happening. This is how we got to this point, and this is what we are trying to do. You understand? So I made sure that every step I was carrying the people I was owing along, and just letting them know that this is how I'm also facing the situation. So yeah, just be transparent, because money, the issue of money is, I don't know, it's such an interesting thing that if you let it weigh you down, it's definitely going to kill you, and you do not want that. So yes, do not avoid the people you owe, do not avoid the organizations you owe. If you get their call, pick their call, let them know what is happening. That way they're also able to advise you on what to do next. And if you don't face your problem, how do you solve them? So yeah, so basically it is very, very important not to avoid whoever you owe. I know it is hard, very, very hard, a shame, but do not avoid whoever you owe. Face them heads on and let them be in the know. Don't be too stubborn or too strong-headed or trying to play them and things like that. It is bad enough that you owe them, but for me, I was able to tell those people that this is what is happening and this is what I'm going through. And yeah, if you don't face your problems, how do you solve them? Okay, this part for me, I think, is the most important part. I could remember my younger brother called me. It was very early in the morning. I'm in Ghana and my younger brother is in Nigeria. So he called me. I think it was about 6:30, 6:45 a.m. He called me and I picked the call. And he said, you know what? I love you and I want you here with me. My heart shattered because it was so refreshing because for me, I felt shame from my family, so I disconnected. I couldn't do the things I used to do financially. So the shame was just so much on my shoulder. So having support system and knowing that I have a family that is always ready, always ready to listen to me and trust me, to know that I'm not this careless person with money, but situation happen. And their support was just something that also kept me going. My sister would call me, we'll talk. My mom would call me in the evenings, and then we just talk about this thing. So having a support system when you are neck deep in debt is very important. It might be your friends, it might be it might be church, it might be family, it might be maybe you volunteer, like doing like you being a volunteer in an organization, maybe a charity organization, you're doing something. Do have a support system. It is very important, very important. This will help you in the journey, because for me, I felt shame. Oh my God, I did not know how to tell my family that this is what's happening with me. So the shame was real. But when they finally got to know, when I finally told them, the support was just all that I needed, all this while. And I thank God I did. And we're still in this journey. So now it's more like they're helping me plan and see how I can get out of it. Yes, it is my problem, but having a support system just made me know that, yeah, Tara, you can do this. So off to the next one, guys. All of this process, the first one being actually accepting that, yes, this is what is happening to me right now, and accepting it, like total acceptance of it. When I mean acceptance, writing down from the smallest to the highest who I owe, and looking at it and saying, yes, this is it. These are the demons I'm fighting. To protecting my mind, making sure that what comes in and out is positive and positive vibes only, exercising, taking long walks, reading books, movies as well. And thirdly, let the people that I owe be in the know that this is what is happening with me. And importantly for me is having that strong support system. You cannot take it for granted. And finally, guys, action plan. So now, if you're an entrepreneur, what do you want to do, or what part of business do you have to drop? What is the action plan to pay back what you owe? Now, be very realistic. Like, I'm very realistic with myself as to what I can pay back on a monthly basis, on annually basis. How can I do this? So you talk to the organization and let them know, okay, this is what has happened. Inflation happened, a lot of things happen. What can you do to help me? So now you owe them, but you also go back to them and say, what can you do to help me? So having that action plan and knowing that, okay, I want to get out of this. I want to enjoy my life. So having action plan is very important in all of this process. Thank you all for sticking with me to the end of this video. Like I said, my YouTube channel is mostly about my journey with my faith, with God, with my business, with finances, my self-development, and all of these things. So thank you all for watching this video. I truly do appreciate it. And do not forget to like and subscribe, guys.